everyone. Welcome back to Mr. English Echo. I'm Emma, and today we are talking about something that is becoming very rare in our busy world. It is something we often try to avoid, but it holds a secret strength. Today, we are talking about the power of silence.
And I'm Sam. Welcome back, friends. We live in a world that never stops talking. Phones are pinging, cars are honking, and everyone has something to say. But sometimes, the most important things are said when we are silent. Before we begin this peaceful journey, make sure to subscribe and join our family.
Exactly, Sam. This topic is wonderful for our English learners because it helps us focus on listening and understanding. So tell us in the comments, do you like silence or do you always need some music or background noise?
I used to hate silence, Emma. I thought it was boring. But now I realize it's like a battery charger for my brain. Hi, Emma. Are you ready to talk about the strength of being quiet?
Hello, Sam. I am more than ready. For our beginners, silence simply means the complete absence of sound. But in psychology, silence is much more than that. It is a tool for thinking and growing.
Psychology is the study of the mind, and psychologists say that silence helps our brain to recharge. When we are quiet, our brain can process all the information we learned during the day.
That is so true. Think about learning English. If you just keep talking and talking without listening or pausing, your brain gets tired. Silence is where the learning actually sinks in.
Sinks in. That's a great phrasal verb. It means to be fully understood or remembered, like water sinking into the ground. Silence helps knowledge sink in.
But Sam, why are people so afraid of silence? Have you noticed that when two people are talking and it gets quiet, they feel awkward?
Awkward is a perfect word for our learners. It means feeling uncomfortable or embarrassed. We feel we must say something to fill the gap. We call this small talk.
Small talk is fine, but comfortable silence is a sign of a real friendship. It's when you can sit with someone for 10 minutes without speaking and it feels perfectly okay.
I love that. Comfortable silence. It means you trust the other person enough that you don't need to entertain them with words.
Scientists have found that just 2 minutes of silence is more relaxing for the brain than listening to relaxing music. It lowers your blood pressure and clears your mind.
2 minutes? That is so short yet so powerful. In 2026, we are always connected to the internet. Our brains are constantly working. Silence is the only time the brain can truly rest.
And it's not just about rest, Sam. Silence makes us better listeners. If you're always thinking about what you want to say next, you're not really listening to the other person.
That is a huge mistake in communication. A wise person once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak."
I love that quote. It's a great reminder for our English learners. To speak well, you must first listen well. And you can only listen if you are silent.
Silence also gives us clarity. Clarity means seeing or understanding something clearly. When the world is noisy, we get confused. When it's quiet, we can hear our own thoughts.
Hear our own thoughts. That sounds almost poetic, but it's practical too. Many great inventors and writers like Albert Einstein spent hours in complete silence. That's where their big ideas came from.
It makes sense. You can't hear a whisper in the thunderstorm. A big idea is often like a whisper. You need silence to catch it.
But Sam, there is a dark side to silence too, isn't there? In some situations, silence can be used as a weapon.
You mean the silent treatment?
Yes, the silent treatment is when you refuse to talk to someone because you are angry. It's a way of punishing them without saying a word.
That is a very unhealthy use of silence. It creates a wall between people. In English, we say silence is golden, but sometimes silence is just cold.
Silence is golden. That's a famous idiom. It means being quiet is often very valuable, but we must know when to be silent and when to speak up.
Speaking up means to express your opinion, especially when it's difficult. So, balance is the key.
I agree. But let's look at silence in conversations. Have you noticed that if you wait for 3 seconds after someone finishes talking, they usually tell you something more interesting?
Yes, it's a secret technique used by detectives and journalists. If you stay silent, the other person feels they need to fill that silence, so they keep talking and tell you the truth.
I'm going to use that on you, Sam. Next time you try to hide my chocolate, I will just stare at you in silence until you tell me where it is.
Oh no, the power of silence is too strong. I'm already feeling nervous.
But seriously, for our students, if you are in an English conversation and you forget a word, don't panic. Just be silent for a second. Take a breath. It's okay to have gaps.
That is such important advice. Beginners often say or because they're afraid of the silence. But a silent pause actually makes you sound more confident and thoughtful.
Thoughtful. That means showing that you are thinking carefully. A pause gives you time to choose the best word, not just the first word.
We have talked about silence in the mind and in conversation, but Emma, did you know that there's a place on Earth that is so silent it can actually drive you crazy?
Drive you crazy? How can silence hurt you?
It's a special room built by a company in the US. It's called an anechoic chamber. It absorbs 99.9% of all sound.
That sounds like the perfect place for a nap, Sam.
Actually, no. It's so quiet that you start to hear your own heartbeat. You hear your lungs breathing. You even hear the sound of your blood moving in your ears.
Okay, that is definitely creepy. I don't think I want to hear my blood moving.
Most people can't stay in that room for more than 45 minutes. They start to lose their balance and get confused. It shows that we need some connection to the world around us.
Wow, so too much silence is a problem and too much noise is a problem. We're back to that word, balance.
Exactly. But in our modern world, we definitely have too much noise. We need to actively look for pockets of silence.
Pockets of silence. I love that phrase. It means a small amount of time or a small place where it is quiet, like a library or a park early in the morning.
Or even just sitting in your car for 5 minutes before you go into your house. Those 5 minutes can change your whole mood.
They really can. But Sam, there is one more thing about silence that is truly life-changing. It's about how silence can help you win an argument without saying a single word.
Win an argument with silence? Emma, you have to tell us how that works.
It's a very powerful psychological trick, and once you learn it, people will look at you with much more respect.
I'm listening. I'm being silent and listening right now.
Well, everyone, I'm going to reveal this secret technique for using silence as a superpower, but we will do that in the second part of our talk.
Don't go anywhere. This secret could change your social life and your confidence forever. Stay quiet and stay with us. Okay, Emma, the suspense is killing me. How can silence help someone win an argument? I always thought the person who talks the most wins.
That is a common mistake, Sam. In an argument, the person who speaks less usually has more power. When someone is shouting or being aggressive, and you respond with calm silence, it does 2 things.
Let me guess. 1, it makes them look silly.
Exactly. It's like they're throwing a ball against a wall, but the wall doesn't throw it back. They lose their energy. And 2, it forces them to think about what they just said. Silence is like a mirror. It reflects their own anger back at them.
Reflects. That means to show an image back, like a mirror. So by staying quiet, you are making them realize they are being unreasonable. That is genius.
It really is. In business and in life, the power pause is a famous tool. After you state your price or your opinion, you just stop. The first person to speak usually loses the advantage.
I felt that pressure to say something because the quiet feels heavy. For our English learners, this is very helpful. If you are in a meeting and you finish your point, just stop. Don't keep talking because you're nervous. Let your words breathe.
Let your words breathe. What a beautiful way to say it, Sam. When we talk too much, our important points get lost in a sea of words. Silence makes your words heavy and important.
Heavy and important. I like that. It also helps with emotional intelligence. That is the ability to understand and manage your emotions. If you're angry, silence gives you a buffer before you say something you might regret.
A buffer is like a cushion or a protective space. Silence is the buffer between a feeling and an action. In that space, you have the power to choose kindness over anger.
It's like a superpower for your character. But Emma, what about silence in nature? Have you ever noticed how different the silence feels in a forest compared to a city at night?
Oh, definitely. The silence in a forest is not actually silent. You hear the wind, the leaves, the distant birds. It's a living silence. It makes you feel connected to the earth.
And the city silence feels empty or hollow. For our learners, hollow means something that has nothing inside. Nature silence is full of life. It's a great place to practice mindfulness.
Mindfulness is a very popular word now. It means being fully present in the moment. When you are silent in nature, you notice the smell of the air and the texture of the trees. It's very grounding.
Grounding. That means making you feel stable and calm. We all need more of that. But you know, Emma, I was thinking about the history of silence. Did you know that some monks take a vow of silence for years?
A vow is a very serious promise. Yes, some monks don't speak for a long time because they believe it brings them closer to the truth. They find a voice inside their hearts that is louder than words.
I don't think I could do that, Emma. I love talking to our Mr. English Echo family too much. But maybe a silent Sunday would be a good idea.
A silent Sunday? That sounds like a wonderful challenge. No phone, no talking, just reading and thinking. Can you imagine how much better you would feel on Monday morning?
I think I would be bursting with energy. For our learners, bursting means you have so much of something that you might explode. I'd be bursting with new English words to share.
I'm sure you would. But remember, the power of silence is not just about not speaking. It's about inner silence.
Inner silence. You mean when the monkeys in our mind stop jumping around?
Exactly. We all have that inner chatter, the voice that worries about the future or regrets the past. Learning to quiet that voice is the ultimate power.
That is the goal of meditation. It's not about making the mind empty, but about becoming the observer of your thoughts. You just watch them pass by like clouds in the sky.
That's a great metaphor. And it helps with language learning too. Sometimes we are so busy worrying about our grammar that we can't hear the natural flow of the language. If we quiet that inner critic, the words come more easily.
Inner critic. That is the voice that tells you your accent is bad or you made a mistake. We need to tell that critic to be silent.
Yes, give that critic a vacation. Let the silence be a place of confidence, not fear.
We have discussed so many ways to use silence today, as an argument winner, as a brain recharger, and as a way to find peace.
It's amazing how something so empty can be so full of meaning. As we finish today's talk, I want to ask our friends a question.
Go ahead, Emma. I am all ears.
When was the last time you sat in complete silence for more than 5 minutes? And how did it make you feel?
That is a great question. Please write your answers in English in the comments, even if it's just one sentence. I felt calm, or I felt nervous. It's all good practice.
We really want to know. Silence is a personal journey, and we love hearing about yours.
Thank you for being silent and listening to us today. It shows you have the patience and the focus to become a great English speaker.
You really do. We are so happy to be on this journey with you.
Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who needs a little peace and quiet today.
And remember, in a world that's constantly shouting, your silence can be your greatest strength.
Well said, Emma. I'm going to go and enjoy some silence now.
Me too. Let's take a power pause right now to end the show.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Emma,
Smiling silently.
Sam,
Smiling silently.
Emma.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you in the next one.
Goodbye.